Hey, what's up guys? I'm Mark Scott. Thanks so much for checking out another voiceover tip. If you're watching this video on YouTube, remember to click the link at the bottom of your screen to subscribe to this channel, and you'll never have to miss another one of these videos ever again. For this week's video, I am all decked out in my Boston Red Sox gear, and there's a reason for that. It's because I just got back from Boston. And that made me think about something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's a subject that I have visited in the past on my blog, but one that I think is worth revisiting. And that is the importance of having a fun fund for your voiceover business. Now, let me preface this by saying that I am not a financial guru or a financial expert by any stretch of the imagination. I simply want to share with you something that I have adopted in my own life and business that has worked as a strong motivator for me. And I think that it's one of the reasons why I've been able to achieve a level of success that I have. And that is what I like to call my fun fund. It basically works like this. 10% of every dime that I make, whether it's a $100 check or a $1,000 check for a voiceover, 10% of every one of those checks goes into a separate bank account that I don't touch, and that is my fun fund account. And that is the account that I build up to be able to do some of the fun things that I want to be able to do, like, for example, jumping on a plane, heading to Boston for a weekend to take in a Red Sox game. And that, for me, has become a really, really strong motivator. Let's be honest, it feels good to be able to pay your bills. Everybody wants to be able to pay the rent, pay the hydro, pay the mortgage, pay the groceries, whatever the case may be. We all want to do that, but it's not really a strong motivator, is it? You don't wake up in the morning excited to get into the studio because, woohoo, I'm going to pay my bills. It's really not the way that it works. But what if you were thinking about it from a different perspective? So, say, for me, when I wake up in the morning, I may not get excited about going into the studio to pay my bills, but I will get excited about going into the studio knowing that every dime that I make today, 10%, is going towards my next trip to Fenway Park, or my next trip to a NASCAR race, or whatever the case may be. And so that's why I think that it's really important to have some kind of a fun fund, whether you set aside 2% or 5% or 10%, whatever you think that you can afford. And this is one of the things a lot of people will say, I can't afford it. In my opinion, you can't afford to not have it because that becomes such a strong motivator. So think about the things that you really love. Think about the things that you really want. Think about the things that you really want to do. Maybe travel isn't it for you, but maybe there's a new car that you've been saving up for. Or maybe you want to make a major upgrade in your studio. Pick yourself up a whisper room or a new microphone or whatever the case may be. Setting aside that fun fund and using that as a motivator can get you into the studio on days when you don't feel like doing it. And having that kind of positive motivation is also going to have a profound impact on your attitude and your confidence, which is going to make you even better at your work. Like I said, getting up to pay the bills, not so much exciting. But knowing that you've got that fun fund, knowing that you've got that next trip, that next adventure, that next toy, whatever it is, that's going to be a motivator, and that is going to drive you to succeed in your voiceover business. So what about you? Do you have a fun fund already or some similar kind of approach that you use in your voiceover business to motivate yourself to get up and do it on the days when you don't feel like doing it? I'd love to hear from you. What are you saving for? What's your next big adventure? Share it in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, pass it around on your social networks, and make sure that your friends have an opportunity to see it. And remember, if you have a voiceover question that you would like answered, maybe I'll be able to cover it in an upcoming video. You can send that to mark@markscottvoiceover.com. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and if you want free voiceover advice delivered to your inbox on a regular basis, newsletter.markscottvoiceover.com.